The tambourine is a musical instrument in the percussion family consisting of a frame, often of wood or plastic, with pairs of small metal jingles, called zils. Classically, the term tambourine denotes an instrument with a drum head, though some variants may not have a head at all. Tambourines are often used with regular percussion sets. They can be mounted, but position is largely down to preference. Tambourines come in many shapes, with the most common being circular. It is found in many forms of music: Turkish folk music, Greek folk music, Italian folk music, classical music, Persian music, gospel music, pop music and rock music. History: tambourines originated in Rome, Greece, Mesopotamia, the Middle East, and India, in which the instrument was mainly used in religious contexts. The word tambourine finds its origins in French tambourine, which referred to a long narrow drum used in Provence, the word being a diminutive of tambour, drum, altered by influence of Arabic tanbur, drum, from the Middle Persian word tambur, lute, drum. Playing. The tambourine can be held in the hand or mounted on a stand, and can be played in numerous ways, from stroking or shaking the jingles to striking it sharply with the hand or a stick, or using the tambourine to strike the leg or hip. Tambourine rolls. There are several ways to achieve a tambourine roll. The easiest method is to rapidly rotate the hand holding the tambourine back and forth, pivoting at the wrist. Thumb roll. An advanced playing technique is known as the thumb roll. The finger or thumb is moved over the skin or rim of the tambourine, producing a fast roll from the jingles on the instrument. This takes more skill and experience to master. The thumb or middle finger of the hand not holding the tambourine is run around the head of the instrument approximately 1 centimeter from the rim, with some pressure applied. If performed correctly, the thumb should bounce along the head rapidly, producing the roll. Usually, the end of the roll is articulated using the heel of the hand or another finger. Today, the thumb roll is performed with the use of wax or resin applied to the outside of the drum head. This resin allows the thumb or finger to bounce more rapidly and forcefully across the head, producing an even sound. A continuous roll can be achieved by moving the thumb in a figure of 8 pattern around the head. In popular music, in rock music, a tambourine is most often played by lead singers such as Freddie Mercury, Mike Love, John Anderson, Jim Morrison, Robert Plant, Peter Gabriel, Liam Gallagher, Gene Clark, Ray Thomas, Trent Reznor, Ian Astbury, Stevie Nicks, Roger Daltrey, John Davison, Tyler Joseph, Gerard Way, and Ryan Tedder have all been known to use a tambourine while singing. By drummers such as Larry Mullen, Jr. The view to mount a tambourine above the cymbals of the hi-hat stand, others mount it elsewhere. Tambourines in rock music are most often headless, a ring with jangles but no skin. The rhythm tech crescent-shaped tambourine and its derivatives are particularly popular. The original rhythm tech tambourine is displayed in the Museum of Modern Art. Jack Ashford's distinctive tambourine playing was a dominant part of the rhythm section on Motown records. The tambourine was featured prominently in Green Tambourine, a busking-oriented song with which the Lemon Pipers, a 1960s musical group, notched a chart selection. In classical music, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was among the earliest Western composers to include the tambourine in his compositions. Since the late 18th century, it has become a more permanent element of the Western orchestral percussion section, as exemplified in some of Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky's dance pieces from the Nutcracker Suite. Gustav Holster's 7-movement orchestral suite The Planets also features the tambourine in several places throughout the suite, especially in the Jupiter movement. Similar instruments. Pandeiro originated in Galicia, Portugal. The pandeiro was brought to Brazil by the Portuguese settlers. It is a hand percussion instrument consisting of a single tension-headed drum with jingles in the frame. It is very typical of more traditional Brazilian music. Pandeiro. The Basque pandeiro is a folk instrument currently played along with the diatonic accordion in a duo most of the times. Sometimes the players who play in festivities to enliven the atmosphere are less frequently at on-stage performances, sing along. At times the pandeiro accompanies the alberca, a Texas too. Yet these kinds of duos have not always been the case. As attested in 1923, the youth gathered to dance to the rhythm of the bare pandeiro, with no other music instrument implicated but the player's voice. RIQ. The RIQ is a type of tambourine used as a traditional instrument in Arabic music. It is an important instrument in both folk and classical music throughout the Arabic-speaking world. Widely known as shakers. Buban. Buban is a musical instrument of the percussion family similar to a tambourine. A buban consists of a wooden or metal hoop with a tight membrane stretched over one of its sides. Certain kinds of bubans are equipped with clanking metal rings, plates, cymbals, or little bells. It is held in the hand and can be played in numerous ways, from stroking or shaking the jingles to striking it sharply with hand. It is used for rhythmical accompaniment during dances, soloistic oral singing. Buban is often used by some folk and professional bands as well as orchestras. The name is related to Greek language beta omicron mu beta omicron sigma and beta omicron mu beta upsilon lambda eta, and related to Indo-Aryan bambaras and English b. Buban is known to have existed in many countries since time immemorial, especially in the East. There are many kinds of bubans, including def, daf, or kaval, dafakaval, dera, doira, deri, def bendia, pandeiro. In Kiev and Rus, drums and military timpani were referred to as buban. Daer is a medium-sized frame drum with jingles used to accompany both popular and classical music in Iran, the Balkans, and many Central Asian countries such as Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. It is a percussion instrument and is something intermediate between a drum and a tambourine. Daf. A daf is a large-sized tambourine used to accompany both popular and classical music in Iran, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, India and Turkmenistan. Daf typically indicates the beat and tempo of the music being played, thus acts like the conductor in the monophonic Oriental music. The Persian poet Rudaki, who widely used names of the musical instruments in his poems, mentions the daf and the tambourine in a rubric. A common use of tambourine is by Albanians. They are often played by women and bridesmaids in wedding cases to lead the ceremony when bride walks down the aisle. Kanjira. The kanjira, a ganjira, is a South Indian frame drum of the tambourine family. It is mostly used in Carnatic music concerts as a supporting instrument for the mridangam. Tar is a single-headed frame drum of Turkish origin, but is commonly played in North Africa and the Middle East. Timbal. A tabret, the principal musical instrument of percussion of the Israelites, similar to the modern tambourine. Rebana. A rebana is a one-sided traditional tambourine played with the hands, used in Sri Lanka. Rebana is a Malay tambourine that is used in Islamic devotional music in Southeast Asia, particularly in Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, and Singapore.